What's going on, guys and girls? We're here playing some more Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to complete all the mission tasks for Mission 49, which is the Subsistence version of Occupation Forces. So for this one, you can't actually choose which time of day or what gear you're going to be taking in, because you're actually taking in no gear at all. So what I decided to do to get the right time of day, because I wanted to be doing this mission at night, is I went to a free roam game, made sure that the time zone was at night when I was entering Afghanistan, and then I exited the free roam and then it came back into this mission, and then I was able to play through the mission at night, and I knew that it was going to be relatively early in the night, so I would always have a nighttime playthrough. So from this one, what we want to do is, as we enter into the area, we're going to be heading straight for the first mission task. So that is to find the intel file. So I'm just going to mark that on the map right here. So this is where the intel file is going to be located, and that is where the prisoner is located. And then the patrol comes along this road here and keeps heading along to there. So what we want to do is, as soon as we land, we going to run as fast as we can to the main area. The reason for this is we're trying to get the S rank as well. If you don't worry about the S rank, you can actually do this a lot more stealthily than I'm going to. I'm going to actually make a few mistakes, but then it's not really going to matter in the end because I end up getting there in time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run as fast as we can around this corner and to the main mission area where we've marked the locations. And once you get up to this area, what we're going to do is we're just going to head up to our right. We're going to just try and make sure that we don't get spotted by any of the guards around here. The guards do change position because you can't exactly make it so that you can land in the exact same time, so you have to get to know what guard positions you are going to be encountering when you are doing this, and they may change during your course. If you try and restart the mission, they may change location quite just a little bit, so you just want to make sure that you know exactly where they're going to be as much as you can. So as we run up here, there are going to be two soldiers just posted in front of us, and you just want to make sure that no one's going to sneak up behind you as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for this guy over here. We're just going to mark them first so we know exactly where they are, and we can keep track of these two particular guys, because one of them is going to become a distraction later. So the first thing we're going to do is we don't want to get spotted. We want to get as close as we can, as quickly as we can, without being spotted. The guy under the floodlight is the guy we're actually going to take down. So we're just going to get as close as we can without him spotting us. Because he's under the floodlight, we're actually going to get a little bit of an advantage. We can get a lot closer to him without him spotting us, and then we are just going to sneak up behind him and choke him out. So we're just going to get as close as we can so we can do that. And once we get him, we're also going to just try and get some information out of him. If you can get him to show you where his friends are, so where the other soldiers are, then what you can actually do is you can actually have a bit more of an advantage, especially just going up this part right here, because another soldier sometimes comes through here pretty quickly. So you just want to be careful about that. So that is why I'm just sneaking along the ground. Now the guy we just choked out is also going to be our distraction. So he will either get spotted by someone else, or he will wake up and say that someone has choked me out, someone has someone's here, we have to check everything out. So that is going to actually help us with getting into the intel room very easily, because there are actually going to be two soldiers in the intel room when I'm doing this. They might not be there when you're doing this, so you just want to be very careful about that. Try and make sure, learn where all of the guards are going to be, and then just repeat the mission over and over again until you get it correctly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop down here and then just head over this way, and we're just going to sneak under the building, because the guards are actually going to be under there, and we're going to wait a little bit because we want to try and get the timing right for these guys to wake up. So we're just going to have a look over there. So that's the guy on the spotlight, and then this is the guy that we have just downed. So eventually I was going to just wait for him to wake up, but he didn't wake up very quickly, so I just got bored and was like, okay, we're going to keep going on with the mission and try and get rid of these guys in here. Eventually they do, someone does spot the guy down there, so they are going to get called out, but we are going to be sneaking up here when that happens, so we have to be very careful about that. So what we're going to do is I'm just sneaking up here, and then here is the radio call where they're going to say there is an intruder alert, and eventually these guys are going to start running out of the building, and they are going to head over to the guy. One of the ones is going to actually come towards us, and I didn't expect him to come towards me. I've done this mission a few times, but he decided to come this way instead of go the other way. Usually goes the other way, follows his mate. This time he comes this way. He turns around right here, which is the worst place for me, so I try to sneak up on him. He does end up hearing me and spotting me, but I end up getting him, taking him out before we get an alert. So we are going to be fine with the S rank without getting that combat alert. So we're just going to keep it going along here and just get this intel file. There will be the cutscene that you can skip if you want to skip it, or you can watch it if you want. And then we're going to head back out here. Now we're going to have to be also very careful because there could be some other guys, so we just want to make sure we pick this guy up and keep him with us, because I believe this is the guy that we are going to actually use later on to stop the convoy so that we can actually extract everyone else. So we're just going to be very careful about this guy. I think I end up putting the guy that I've got on my shoulders down, because this guy is just being very, very curious about what's happening just around this area. So I'm trying to be very careful about that. So I believe I end up putting this guy down and then getting rid of this guy over here. So I just put this guy down right here, and this guy's actually going to spot me, but we're going to get him before he can get a combat alert. And we're going to pick one of these guys up and use them, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to head over to the prisoner now, so we have to actually extract the prisoner, and that will be another mission task. So we just have to head down this way and then head into this building over here. Now you have to be careful again, there are sometimes some guards around this area, so you have to be very careful about where they are. I believe I'm totally fine over here. There might be one guy around this corner, and no, there wasn't, so that was totally good. So we're just going to go through here, drop this guy down. Now you might want to knock him out again before you end up doing this, so we're just going to free this guy. I am going to show you the exact location, and during this point this guy's going to actually get up, but we're going to be able to still get him before he gets a combat alert out. So we're just going to pick him up again. So we've now extracted the prisoner, and we are now heading it down towards the convoy area. So the road that the convoy is going to go along, and we are going to go down there and then get ready for them. So we're going to actually use this guy. That's why I'm still carrying him along. We want to make sure that we have one person, and doing this at night actually helps a lot with any other soldiers around here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place this guy in the middle of the road and then just wake him up, because he might wake up very soon. We want to make sure that he is completely stunned when the convoy arrives. So we're waking him up, and then we're just going to take him out again. There is someone behind me, and this is why it's really good to do it at night, because as you can see, he's very close to me, and if it was in daytime he would have spotted me and he would have noticed what we were doing. But because it's nighttime, it's very easy for me to do this and then get very close without them actually knowing exactly what's going on. So now we're just going to wait for the convoy to go past, and eventually they will reach the guy that is on the ground. And because he's stunned, he's not just asleep. We will be able to get rid of all of these vehicles before he actually wakes up. So we're just going to get rid of this one. Just extract it out of there. We're going to extract this one. This will also have the commander in it. We don't want to hop on it, so we want to make sure we get off it, and we want to extract that, hopefully without being spotted. And then we're just going to go up to this last tank, and we're going to extract it, but then we're also going to dive out of the way just to make sure that the guy behind us doesn't notice that we are there. He was going to notice the extraction, but he actually doesn't notice that we are. So we're still unspotted, so that is very good for our S rank, and we are now going to try and get out of the mission area. So we've now completed all the mission tasks, and all we have to do is get out of the mission area. And the only way that I could really find it was to run out of the mission area. There may be a container somewhere around here, I'm not too sure, that you could maybe use to ride out of here or something like that. I don't really know what you can use around here to get out of here very quickly. You can't really call a helicopter very close, and anyway you have to run out of this area. You have to basically get to the point where you have to run out. Watch out for directional mines around this area. As you can see, I just ran past one and almost blew myself up, but luckily I didn't actually know it was going to be there, so you want to be very careful about those. And we're just going to try and get to the edge of the area as quickly as we can, out of the hot zone. And once we get out of there, that will get us the S rank as well as all of the mission tasks. So this is how I did it. Hopefully this is how you guys can maybe do it, and hopefully you guys will end up getting all of the mission tasks. You don't have to do it all in the same go like I have just done. but you can definitely give it a go if you want to. So this mission area takes a while to get out of, so as you can see I'm just going to show you that I've done all the mission tasks, and I was also checking to see where the exit was, so the edge of the hot zone. It's quite far away, it's quite a hard one to get to, especially from where you are located, and you can't really call a helicopter very close, as I said before. So there we go, we've exited the hot zone, and now we just have to wait for the score screen so you can see that if you want to know what I got. And I think I get very close to the limit, and that was the last one that I needed to get the elite trophy. It was also the last mission that I needed for the mission task trophy, but I had to redo it so that I could get the S rank as well at the same time. So there we go, 174,000 points in the S rank, and that is all I'm going to do for this video. So thank you guys for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have now got all the mission tasks and maybe the S rank, and now it's time for me to say see you guys and girls, and hopefully see you in the next video.